Hello everyone, I'm going to try to annotate the introduction of the Beethoven Pathetique Sonata with you today. I've got my textbook turned to page 71 and that's where I'm getting the information. It says on here, the sonata has a slow introduction of 10 bars that is full of intensity and drama. The sonata form structure starts at bar 11 with the exposition. Usually Beethoven uses music from the introduction with the main sonata structure too, as we shall see. These introductory 10 bars feature the following musical elements, and it says it's got heavy chords FP. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to circle a couple of those with my red, because red on our chart is dynamics. I'm just looking for another one. There's an SFP. That means a sort of accent with the piano. So I'm circling those, and that I can say, I'll put a little note here that it heavy chords at beginning. I'm going to say to show drama, like that. So that is the first thing that we've marked. The next thing that it says is the use of dotted rhythms. So what I'm going to do is to take purple, because that's our rhythmic color, and I'm just going to circle an example of dotted rhythms. There's one here, so that I can create, and then I'm going to again get my little text tool, and you can write this on your score. So dotted rhythms. The next thing the book says is that the melody is in the right hand part with some dramatic chromatic descending phrases, and it gives an example in bar 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my highlighter this time, and I'm going to just highlight this dramatic chromatic descending melody, and I'm then going to label that dramatic chromatic descending melody. What a mouthful that is. The next thing, chordal accompaniment in the left hand. The texture of the whole work is melody-dominated homophony. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my color for texture, which is the lovely brown, and I'm just going to I'm going to put a little bracket here, and I'm going to just say texture equals melody-dominated homophony. Now that sounds like a very posh thing, but what it means is that the melody, which is in the right hand, is the main thing. It's dominant, and then you've got left hand, which is playing accompaniment figures, like down here. In this bit here, the left hand is playing chords, while the right hand is playing the melody above. The next thing is really interesting. This is a harmony one, so I'm going to get my pink color, and it says there are dramatic diminished seventh chords. For example, in bar 1, crotchet 3. So this is crotchet 1, 2, 3. So this chord here is a diminished chord, and it's very dramatic sounding. If I had a keyboard here, I'd play it for you, but I don't. So I'm going to type and label it dramatic diminished chords, exclamation mark, and I'm going to just label it like that. Will that work? Yeah. You can make that on your score where you can see it a bit better. Those chords are very good, by the way, for using in your own composition, because it really adds a sense of drama, and they can be used in lots and lots of ways. I'm going to find another one of those. It says bars 2, 3, and 4, crotchet 1. So I'm going to go back and take my pink color, and I'm just going to go to bar 2 and circle that. And then it says bar 3. So we've already got a forte piano on bar 3, so this makes it even more dramatic, and bar 4. And if you don't remember what a diminished chord is, it says in the textbook that a diminished chord is a 4-note chord made up solely of minor third intervals. So all the intervals between are a minor third. Let's just take this one and look at it. F sharp to A is a minor third. That's 3 semitones. And then A to C is another minor third. And C to E flat is another minor third. So those played together all at the same time equal a very dramatic diminished chord. The last thing that it says on page 71 is there are sudden contrasts in dynamics. So I'm going to go back to my red pen now, and it gives the example in bar 5 to 6. So if you see here, it starts out really quietly at the beginning of bar 5, but bar 5, my goodness, suddenly you get very loud, and it does the same thing in bar 6. Starts out quietly, and then it goes loud. Now that is a real trademark of Beethoven, and you could say that if you had to write about dynamics in Beethoven's music, you could say his dramatic contrasts are what makes the music sound exciting and even unpredictable. So that is the information from page 71.